What's up, Star Wars fans? Today we got some great predictions for episode 12 of The Bad Batch. I asked you, the community, what you thought of this upcoming episode, and as always, you came through with some fantastic predictions. And the comment on the community tab that had the most upvotes was from the Living Paradox, and he stated, "I think The Bad Batch will get word that the Empire is occupying Ryloth and will be paid to help out. Crosshair will face off with the Bad Batch once more, and it will be Crosshair that will kill Hera's mother." And that certainly makes a lot of sense to me, the Living Paradox. But personally, I just hope that the Bad Batch actually volunteered to help out and aren't being paid to be part of the rebellion. I mean, maybe they hear about things that are going down on Ryloth, and then Omega convinces them to go back and help out. That certainly sounds plausible. But moving on, Axe to the Max also left a comment on the community tab, and he states, "Hera is scared for her parents after escaping with only her faithful droid Chopper. It's unlikely she'll get in touch with the Bad Batch, so she'll probably come up with a plan herself, which most likely backfires." And Axe to the Max, that totally does seem like Hera. She's gonna take things into her own hands and try and rescue her parents herself. That said, her and Omega did make a connection in the last episode, and certainly that could come into play here, as somehow she's able to reach out to Omega and ask for her help. I mean, it's a long shot, but it certainly would justify that time that Hera and Omega spent together in episode 11. But let's move on to another comment on the community tab from Judy S. She states, "Since the next episode is entitled Rescue on Ryloth, perhaps Captain Hauser, with either himself or his men, arranged to rescue Hera and her family. Hera's uncle is one that has contact with Sid, but he was arrested too. That's why I think it will be actually Captain Hauser that does the rescuing." And I gotta admit, I really like this theory, Judy. Certainly Captain Hauser didn't seem like he was succumbing to the effects of Order 66, and he seemed conflicted during a lot of this episode. So for him to be doing the rescuing, that certainly makes a lot of sense to me. But of course the big question becomes then, where does the Bad Batch come into this episode? And Judy goes on to state, if this is the case and Hauser is the one to rescue Hera's family, then as they're escaping, Hera's uncle could contact Sid and therefore hire the Bad Batch to come in and help them out. Now Judy also goes on to explain in her comment that Hauser's betrayal by rescuing Hera's family would totally justify phasing out the clones, and we know there's an episode coming up at the end of July here titled War Mantle. And that is some great justification for a great prediction, Judy. Thank you for that. And for those who don't remember, War Mantle is the elimination of the clones and their replacement by the Stormtroopers. So certainly Hauser going against the Empire and Rampart's orders, well, that would be something that would certainly justify the replacement of clone troopers. Mocha Latte 99 also had an interesting thought. They stated on the community tab, the Bad Batch will be called to Ryloth and they will at first not trust Hauser, but eventually work with him. Hera's mom will make the ultimate sacrifice. And Mocha Latte, that makes a lot of sense. Throughout Star Wars, we see a lot of sacrifices made by parents as well as mentors, and I believe we could see the same thing with Hera's mother. Great prediction. And another interesting thought comes from Back to the Future Man 1. He states, Hera will contact the Bad Batch somehow, possibly with Hauser, who is secretly a spy for Rex, and they'll help them rescue Cham and Hera's mother, only for Hera's mother to die in the process. And Back to the Future Man 1, that's an interesting thought, Hauser being a spy for Rex. However, I think it's more likely that Rex actually foreshadowed the fact that Hauser is one of those clones that actually didn't succumb to Order 66. And to end things off here, we got an answer to a question as to who might actually contact Sid and bring in the Bad Batch to help out on Ryloth. And the Medieval Man 9 offers, Gobi's people will be the one to contact Sid, and that will bring the Bad Batch to Ryloth. Together with the fledgling Ryloth resistance, they will assault the Imperial prison and break Gobi, Cham, and Alina out. Thanks for that, Medieval Man 9, and thanks to everyone that commented on the community tab. That's all the time I have for today, but as always, I'm Mike. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.